Schmoozing with us, with Brad, Nesquik, Yo-Yo, the Squad Crew. We're schmoozing with everybody. Yesterday, New York Attorney General Letitia James' office announced it is joining the Manhattan District Attorney's Office in a criminal investigation into the Trump Organization. The Attorney General's office investigation into the Trump Organization has been underway since 2019. So now the Attorney General's office is working with the Manhattan District Attorney's Office, whose probe into the Trump Organization has looked into whether the company misled lenders and insurance companies about the value of their properties. What the allegations are, Yo-Yo and Vanessa, is that the Trump Organization, when it went to seek to get money for loans for mortgages, or they needed insurance for their properties, inflated the value of the assets of their properties. But when they were filing their tax returns, they lowered the assets and valuations of their companies to reduce their tax liability. That is the allegation. James' notification to the organization brings a new level of potential legal risk to the former president. He's being accused of cheating on his taxes. Right. Trump has previously called the New York Attorney General's investigation politically motivated. Now, for the last 2 years, James' office looked into matters, including whether or not it improperly inflated assets, just like we talked about. Now, Trump's former attorney, Michael Cohen, testified before Congress in 2019 that Trump's annual financial statements inflated the value of his assets to secure favorable loans and insurance coverage, but deflated the value of the assets to reduce his real estate taxes. What do you think?
I just want him to get convicted. I just want it, you know what I mean? I hate this runaround. Like, we all know that he's a fraud. So, I mean,
now we don't know how many people are involved. They've already deposed Eric. He's the dumb young brother. And the former president's son, Chief Financial Officer Alan Weisselberg. Trump's longtime tax attorney, Sherry Dillon, has also been deposed. They're looking into actually his deflating the values of his 40 Wall Street building, which is right down the street, Trump International Hotel and Tower in Chicago, and Trump National Golf Club in Los Angeles. Now, Trump, of course, he had a few things to say about this as well. He says, there's nothing more corrupt than a corrupt president being No, he didn't say that. He said there's nothing more corrupt, because I believe he's a corrupt president. There's nothing more corrupt than an investigation that is in desperate search of a crime. Trump said the prosecutor's investigations are simply, quote, a continuation of the greatest political witch hunt in the history of the United States. Blah, 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 blah. We've heard that a million times. Now, he also took a swipe here at New York City. He said, as people are being killed on the sidewalks of New York at an unprecedented rate, as drugs and crimes of all kinds are flowing through New York City at record levels with absolutely nothing being done about it, all they care about is taking down Trump. Trump said James has been out to get him since she ran for the post. He said about James, she said if she was going to be elected, she would use her office to look into every aspect of my real estate dealings. She swore that she would definitely sue me. She boasted on video that she would be, and I quote, a real pain in the ass. She declared, just wait until I'm in the Attorney General's office. I've got my eyes on Trump Tower. Now, when did she become the New York State Attorney General? Was that, I guess, in 2018, I believe? I don't think it really is a big leap of faith to take a look at what Donald Trump has done in the last 5 years and say, I think we should be looking into him. I mean, I don't think, I mean, if his defense is she was out to get me, I don't think there were many people in 2018 who felt, you know, Donald Trump was a saint. Almost everybody quietly and some publicly were saying, this guy's crooked. For his defense to be, well, she was out to get me before she even started investigating me. She said she was going to investigate me. Well, you know, it's not that big of a leap of faith to know that this guy was pretty crooked.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. Yeah.
2019, she became the New York State Attorney General, even more likely to know that Trump was crooked at that point, because the reality was that around that time, Michael Cohen was testifying exactly what Trump was doing. So
yeah,
it was public. It was
2019.
public knowledge. Public knowledge.
Yeah.
For him to say she was out to get me. Yo, Vanessa, we've been doing the show for a while, right?
Yeah.
In 2019, did we know already? Did we have to
Absolutely.
do it? Did we need an investigation to figure out that Donald Trump was crooked? That he
No.
was a crooked pumpkin? As crooked a pumpkin as I've ever seen in my life.
Crooked jackal pumpkin.
As crooked. If I saw that pumpkin at Halloween, I would smash it on the ground, right?
Absolutely.
Right. That's not a pumpkin I would want to put outside my door. I said, this is a crooked pumpkin. Let me get the hell rid of this pumpkin.
Throw it in the trash.
Throw it in the trash, right. So, I mean, it's not that much of a leap of faith to say, I mean, that's his defense. She was out to get me. It's a witch hunt.
Right, but we're not surprised that he said that. Like, he always claims there's fake news. Everybody's out to get him. Nobody likes him. He always claims these same things. And that's why I don't understand how you keep on getting away with it.
Yesterday, the House of Representatives gave final passage to the COVID-19 Hate Crimes Act in response to the rise in violence against Asian Americans. The measure needed 2/3 of the chamber's support and passed 364 to 62. All the votes in opposition of making a law against Asian American hate crimes, all Republicans. How do you vote against Asian hate crimes? I can say, I don't think we should punish anybody who does a hate crime against somebody who's Asian.
Yeah.
How do you vote against this thing?
We should just disregard racism. Excuse me, what?
Yeah. The Senate, in an increasingly rare bipartisan effort, voted 94-1 last month to pass the resolution condemning the horrific shootings in Atlanta, Georgia on March 16th and reaffirming the House's commitment to combating hate, bigotry, and violence against the Asian American community. Now, Missouri Republican Senator Josh Hawley, who challenged the results of the 2020 election after the Capitol attack, he was the one person who voted against it. This guy. Let's see him again. This guy, he's not in favor of making a law punishing people who commit crimes against Asians because of their race.
And I really would like to know what his reasoning was. I just would like to know, like, how, like, just like you said, how could you vote against it?
I don't know. I don't know how anybody could vote against it. How do you say, you know what, I'm against punishing people who commit violence against Asians because they look Asian. I'm going to vote against this.
I hope karma gets this man. I hope karma gets this man.
Yeah, well, he is a big Trump supporter. Trump is supporting him very much. He is a rising star in the Republican Party. Meanwhile, a lawyer for a Delaware man charged over the Capitol attack in January is floating a unique legal defense. And the unique legal defense, the guys who stormed, the insurrectionists who stormed the Capitol.
The Capitol.
The unique defense is Foxitis. He was suffering. My client stormed the Capitol building, tried to overthrow the United States government because he was suffering. He was not of his right mind and sound body. He was suffering from Foxitis. Fox News made him do it. Anthony Antonio, who faces 5 charges over. I mean, if this wasn't serious, I would be laughing right now.
Right.
Okay, but it's so extraordinarily serious. What it really goes to show is there was zero excuse, zero defense for doing what they did. If you're blaming Fox News, that's your defense. You have no defense for doing what you did. Anthony Antonio faces 5 charges over his role in the January riot, started believing what was being fed to him, his lawyer said. Antonio is facing 5 charges, including violent entry, disorderly conduct, impeding law enforcement during civil disorder. During a video hearing last Thursday, his attorney, Joseph Hurley, and Antonio fell prey to the persistent lies about the so-called stolen election being spread by Donald Trump. Antonio spent 6 months before the riots mainlining Fox News while unemployed, likening the side effects of such a steady diet of misinformation to a mental health syndrome. The lawyer, Hurley, said, Fox television played constantly. He became hooked with what I call Foxitis or Foxmania. and became interested in the political aspect and started believing what was being fed to him. By the way, I believe that, but it's still not a legal defense.
It isn't. That's what.
But you know what? I believe he got brainwashed by Fox News. Absolutely. If you watch the same thing over and over again, and you're fed the same disinformation, and you then go on social media, and your social media, the things that you're looking at are similar, and social media feeds you the things that you're looking at. So, you know, when you go on social media and you start reading conservative articles, social media is going to continue to serve you conservative articles. So it's perpetual, it's coming from all angles, and you don't take a look at everything that's being said across the spectrum. Yes, you would have Foxitis. Doesn't excuse you for storming the Capitol building.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay?
Like, imagine me not having a job and all I watch is unsolved mysteries, and just because it goes on and on and on, now I go out and kill a bunch of people just because I've been watching that. Like, what kind of defense is that?
It's like every day I stare at the bank and I watch money come into the bank. And I need money because I keep seeing the money in the bank. So you know what? I'm going to go in and rob the bank because I keep seeing the money. I need the money.
Everybody can get off for all their crimes. Something inspires or motivates you to do a crime. A lot of people don't just come up and be like, oh, I just want to do a crime. I'm actually okay with them coming out with this, excuse my French, but fuckery. I like it because it shows me that they have nothing. And it's just like they're literally reaching for the stars. They are reaching so hard, their arm is about to pop out of their socket. I love it.
I just want to say one thing. Maybe you feel sorry for the guy because he had Foxitis. But after you hear this, you're probably not going to feel as sorry for him. Okay? No, because there's multiple videos have been obtained by the FBI. This guy right here, who's dressed in a jacket. I've had Foxitis. I was brainwashed.
Right.
Multiple videos obtained by the FBI from the day of the riot appear to show this guy, Antonio, active in the chaos. He's wearing a bulletproof vest featuring a patch of the anti-government extremist group, the 3%ers, and at one point in video footage, he is shouting at the police officers in the Capitol, "You want war? We got war. 1776 all over again."
Oh!
That's more than Foxitis.
I love it. And I just love it. I love that he got caught.
That is more than Foxitis.
And watch this case take another months and months to a year to hear anything.
I don't know about that with this because he's a nobody, you know. So it's not like he's a cop or something like where he's protected. He's literally just scum. So they wouldn't mind you making him an example. You know what I mean?
Let me explain where the Foxitis comes in as the defense. The Foxitis doesn't come in guilty or innocent. You know, you're guilty whether you had Foxitis or not. What it does is that gets considered in the sentencing. You know, judge, maybe you should give me a break because I had Foxitis. I was really led to believe that what I was doing was right when obviously it was wrong. Okay? So that's why I say, you know, because it's all about sympathy for the guy to reduce his sentence. That's what the whole Foxitis thing is about. I understand what the lawyer is trying to do. So me as a lawyer who wants to see this guy go to jail, you know, that's why I bring up, by the way, do you really feel sorry for the guy when he's yelling you want 1776 all over again? Meanwhile, according to data from the Johns Hopkins University, the United States is now 33 million COVID cases, approaching 600,000 deaths. We got 1,000 more deaths yesterday from the day before. We're at 587,000. I think yesterday was 586. Now the 7-day average of new cases has dropped to numbers not seen before March 2020. President Biden said yesterday that new infections are down in all 50 states. Dr. Fauci said early data indicates vaccines are being used in the United States are effective against the known variants of coronavirus, even the ones that are devastating India. So good for the vaccines that we have in the United States. Applause to science and the scientists who brought these vaccines. So far, knock on wood, they are working against the mutations and variations in the coronavirus. Dr. Fauci also said today, because you were wondering, Yo-Yo and Vanessa, yes, we all will need a booster shot in about 12 months from now. He doesn't know exactly, but he believes in another year.
Oh, hell no.
Yes.
I'm not going to hold you. Don't know if I'm going to take that. I can't go through the stuff I went through from the shot. That's the same reason why I don't take the flu shot. Just me personally, don't know if I'm going to take a booster.
That's what you said before when you said you weren't going to take the vaccine and you did it. So,
You're right.
Well, let's see.
You're right.
Well,
let's see.
That bridge when we get there. We'll cross that bridge.
We'll cross the bridge when we get there. And Vanessa, I don't want to call you out, but have you scheduled your vaccine shot yet?
I have not, Bradford. I have not.
Okay. You let me know when.
I just got a Florida license because I have no idea where my Jersey one is. So that's a step. At least I can identify in the state of Florida.
Oh, you know what? You are ahead of my son who moved out to California and still has not gone for his license yet. So I said, how do you get around? How do you get around California without a license? He hops and rides with other people. I'm like, okay.
Oh.
I hear that.
Yeah. I don't. What is it with millennials and delaying getting driving licenses? I couldn't wait to get a driver's license when I was 17.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about. I got mine right away. My whole thing was more like I had to renew mine, and I renewed it before I moved, and it probably got delivered to my old address, and by the time I forwarded the address, it was already, you know what I mean?
All right, well, I don't know what that has to do with coronavirus vaccines, but let's get to...
It doesn't.
It doesn't, but it's a good excuse. Okay, let's get the cabals out. If you live in Las Vegas, Yo-Yo and Vanessa, which you don't, but if you did, there may not be $1 million lottery incentive to go get vaccinated like they have in Ohio, but Larry Flynt's Hustler Club is giving out COVID vaccines this Friday. The pop-up clinic is being hosted at the strip club between 4 and 7 p.m. The pop-up clinic at the club is scheduled to open to those who are 21 years or older who have not yet received their COVID vaccine. Larry Flynt's Hustler Club is partnering with Southern Nevada Health District to offer the initial dose of the Pfizer or Johnson & Johnson vaccine. The club says those who get vaccinated will receive platinum membership card, a complimentary bottle, free lap dances from the vaccinated entertainers, tickets to see Sexxy After Dark by Jennifer Romas and limousine transportation, and front row seats to Bradshaw Live's Hump Day next Wednesday. No, there's no front row seat to Bradshaw Live.
I was just in Vegas a month ago.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll get me to get my vaccine.
That's not a bad deal. Go get vaccinated. If you like lap dances and alcohol, that's not a bad thing, right?
It's not a bad thing. It's definitely going to bring people in through the doors.
It is a $5,000 value.
Wow.
And they're giving it out to everybody, Jill, or just one person?
All for the sake of,
wow. They're giving it out to everybody. Everybody.
Oh, wow. You get a lap dance.
You get a lap dance. You get a lap dance. You get a lap dance. That's a lot of lap dances. I hope they have enough dancers there.
Right.
They don't say how long the lap dance is going to be. You know, you're like, I don't even think it would be a song. I think it would be like the chorus, because, like the little hook chorus, for 15 seconds, like, what do you expect? What do you expect? You're getting a free lap dance, Wow. Meanwhile, a German police bomb squad recently called to investigate a suspected hand grenade in the Bavarian forest, determined it was not a hand grenade, but a rubber sex toy. A jogger reported finding a bag containing a device Monday in a forest outside the city. They thought it was a hand grenade, perhaps a bomb. We didn't know if it was terrorism. The terrorists were trying to blow up the trees. The whole police force came down, and they found out it was a rubber sex toy.
Wow.
The discovery of forgotten or hidden munitions is still, by the way, a regular occurrence in Germany more than 75 years after World War II. When the bomb squad arrived and inspected the contents, they found out it was a rubber replica of a you-know-what.
Wow. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild.
Meanwhile, a Florida woman redefined booty call after accidentally broadcasting footage of a butt injection during a Zoom court appearance in Miami. Yes, only in Miami, Nesquik.
Of course.
The defendant, Niurka Aguero, shared a video of a needle going into a man's butt while awaiting updates on her third-degree grand theft charge. Office spokesman Ed Griffith recounted the incident to Insider, quote, "Seems that during the waiting period prior to the case being brought before the judge, Niurka Aguero was involved in some kind of procedure involving a male receiving an injection in the buttocks while she appeared to have inadvertently broadcast it." So apparently she's either a doctor or a nurse and was giving injections to her patients while she was waiting to see the judge for her criminal case. Or maybe it was an illegal activity, Jill is saying, and some sort of illegal injection activity going on in Miami. We don't know.
That definitely didn't help her case.
We don't know. Some people had made some comments on social media. The most prominent one, somebody remarked, and Nesquik, you may relate to this. Somebody remarked, "Miami never disappoints."
I must say, thus far, it does not.
3 romance novels by Stacey Abrams are going to be re-released. Turns out she's a romance novelist.
Under a whole different name.
Yeah, Berkeley, a Penguin House imprint, announced last week it's going to re-release in 2022 3 romance novels Stacey Abrams wrote under the pseudonym Selena Montgomery 20 years ago.
That's wild.
The novels are Rules of Engagement, The Art of Desire, and Power of Persuasion. If you wanted to read one of them, which one would jump out at you the most? Would you want to read Rules of Engagement, The Art of Desire, or Power of Persuasion?
Hands down, Power of Persuasion.
Really? Why?
Sounds kinky.
Okay, and Nesquik? Nesquik?
We don't hear you.
Nesquik, you got to put your volume on.
Oh, I was muted. I would have gone for that one too, but Yo-Yo always beats me to it.
By the way, they're printing more than one book. You can both buy the same book. Don't worry, you don't have to pick something else.
How about you, Brad? Which one would you read?
The Rules of Engagement. You want to know why?
Why?
Because I'm always fumbling and being told I'm doing the wrong thing. So tell me what the damn rules are, and I'll follow them. There you go.
I was about to say, I thought you were going to say, because I don't follow no rules.
That too.
I'll set up the book club, boys. I'll set up the book club.
I don't follow rules, and then I'm told I don't follow the rules, and then I better follow the rules. Thanks for watching. For more Brad Show Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.